Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening to all the Instagram family members. On behalf of TBL, welcome all of you to this Instagram live. As promised, Paulimi Yogi, I'm here today on behalf of TBL for another TBL live, and I welcome all of you. Please join us. Soon we will be introducing our guests. In these difficult times, I hope all of you are staying at home, taking good care of your health. Naveen Yogi, I am a certified life coach, an international trainer, and a digital entrepreneur. I'm also founder member of TBL. Once again, welcome all of you to this TBL live. And as you can see, one of our guests have joined. Hi, welcome,
Hi, good
Violet.
evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Okay, we are just waiting for Ekta ji to join. So let me tell something about the Biz Learners. The Biz Learners is a knowledge learning, knowledge exchanging, and networking platform for entrepreneurs. It's an all over India virtual platform. We have members from all over India, and recently we have launched our regions on Chennai, Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai. And in the next few weeks, we are going to launch our other regions too. Good evening, Violet. How are you?
I am doing good. I hope you're keeping well.
Yes,
Can you hear
doing
me?
great. Yes. I'm doing well, Violet. So I'm super excited today for the discussion. This is something which I'm also very keen to know about it. And since, okay, fantastic. Ekta ji is also coming. Hello, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Now it's time to introduce our guests for the evening. And today's topic, as I was mentioning, that we are going to discuss about natural and sustainable living. Uh, we will be hearing about their personal experiences. Sustainable living is a practical philosophy which aims to reduce personal and societal environmental impact by making a lot of positive changes which counteract climate change and other negative environmental issues. So today we have two honored guests with us, and they are TBL members as well. We have Ms. Ekta Bansal with us and Ms. Violet Sathe. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Paulami.
I would like to take this opportunity to introduce both of them. Ms. Ekta Bansal, she's the founder and CEO of Parijay Genus. This firm established in 2017 with a vision of bringing people close to the nature and promoting Go Green concept. It focuses on the environment and women employment. The goal is to provide living wages to human working conditions to the artists. Miss Ekta credits her childhood passion and her zeal to empower women, which gave birth to this green firm. She has been working enthusiastically for this similar cause since 2016 with the mission of every corner needs a plant. As her aim, they pledge to serve the Mother Earth and employ 2 lakh women under the roof of Parijay Deras. Ekta ji, welcome once again. And now we have with us Ms. Violet Sathe. She's the co-founder for Breaktree Personal Care Products. Breaktree is a company that provides organic and biodegradable sanitary pads. The team promotes a natural way to deal with personal hygiene. Violet is also an environmentalist and a marketing enthusiast. Once again, welcome, Violet.
Thank you so much,
And
Pauline.
this is a message for our audience since we know this topic, today's topic is extremely relevant and we all are trying to know more about it. So if you have any question, you can put your question on the comment box. We would love to take your questions. So let's start our evening. Let's start our discussion today. So I'll come to Ekta ji first. I'll ask you, what is natural and sustainable living?
You see, if we talk about sustainability, sustainability is that using the natural resources as well as other surrounding, saving in a sensible way that can fulfill our own needs as well as save the for the Sustainability is use the sensible way, that whenever you are doing any act, whenever you are using any product, we must keep in mind that whether this product is creating any harm to our ecosystem, because ecosystem in an environment is the way that our surroundings just provide us food, water, shelter, and a healthy lifestyle. And this ecosystem involves our natural plants, other animals, insects. Though we should be very careful about our lifestyle, that our lifestyle should not disturb the other organisms surrounding us. Because every organism in the food cycle and the life cycle has a meaning. So if we disturb this cycle, then that cycle will ultimately disturb us. So we have to be very careful for ourselves as well as for our future generations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for reminding us the very basics of life, which we have read in our school and it was there in our books and in our curriculum. But in an urban lifestyle, especially, we often forget to think about the nature, think about our contribution. And there you are taking such a great initiative. I would like to congratulate you for taking such great initiative and spreading this awareness, which is very important. So thank you so much. I'll come to Violet now. Violet, my question to you is that why do you think that people should adopt this lifestyle?
Okay. So actually, that's a very good question, because a lot of people know about they hear about sustainable living, they hear about using natural product, but they don't really think about its impact, you know. And like Ekta ji very well mentioned, now you think about a situation where would you prefer, and this is to everybody out there who is listening to our Instagram live, would you prefer the future generation, your children, your children's children, to be surrounded by garbage, to be surrounded by no more water in the oceans, to be surrounded by concrete, or would you rather want them to be surrounded by greenery? Would you rather them be living a more healthy lifestyle? Would you rather them having a more being more the immunity being stronger? You know, if you look at the so let's take a step back to older generations, maybe of our grandmothers, great grandmothers, when we hear stories or when we read about those things. Did you ever see any kind, or have you ever heard where, you know, they have at younger ages gotten any kind of health problems? Did you ever notice that, you know, they're having, you know, very small things like, you know, you see young children having a lot of skin allergies, having health issues, they even lead to things like, you hear young children dealing with cancer and all of these things. Up to those years where our grandmothers and great grandmothers lived, you never heard of such situation, because they were using natural ways of living. They were using sustainable ways of living, and that's because that is why it, you know, helped them. Now, it is important for us to also do the same thing, because we do not realize that in the natural, stuff that we normally use in our day-to-day lives, there is a lot of chemicals that are used in products that are bought at the market. If you are not going to be concerned, if you are not going to take care of looking at what you are consuming, whether it's internally or whether things that you are throwing out, that will come back to you. Like, for example, I'll give a very simple example. Everyone knows that plastic is a pandemic, right? Yeah. Plastic is causing great havocs. We know that, okay, every time there's a huge rainfall, there's floods, we know it's because of plastic. So we should stop. Government put a lot of rules, people follow, so many people don't. There are lots more aspects to it. When we throw a plastic, let's take even a plastic bag, it's non-biodegradable, which means it doesn't degrade in the earth. But it breaks down, and there are small microplastics that get into the ocean, get into the soil, and the chemicals from them go into other things which we actually gets into the atmosphere, which we inhale. It goes into maybe, when the marine life or the sea life, swallows those things, it goes into that. and then, you know, eventually people who eat non-vegetarian food, it gets into their system again. The another example is of sanitary napkins. Okay, many people are not aware of it, and because I'm from that business, I'll give this example that sanitary napkins contain 90% plastic, and it is affecting the health of the women because the chemicals get into the bloodstream. You will see hormonal imbalance problems happening in women at young ages, which should not be happening. You will see young women having reproductive issues, cancers, things like that. So these are the things as to why people should be conscious. Think about your health, the health of your children, the health of future generations, and then think about the environment. Won't you want your children to see the animals that you have seen? You know, they are getting extinct because of all the things that we are doing. So these are the reasons why it is so important to live a sustainable life. There are very simple things people can do. When the government tells people to stop using plastic, just think about why they are doing it, and, you know, go for not doing that. I have friends that when we go into a shopping store, they'll say, don't give me a plastic bag, I have my own bag. That is a most simple way for you to stop one thing. You know, if every person stops, you know, little things, start doing little things, it will reach to a very big impact in creating a good atmosphere and good health for future generations.
Right. So what I can understand that sustainable living is not something new or not something which have emerged. It is there with us, but suddenly we
Yes.
stop practicing it. That is why
Yes.
our generation, we are facing so much of issues. There are so much of health hazards going on, and we are like depending upon medicine. We are depending upon artificial things. But yes, the sustainable living, it takes a great discipline. It takes like everyday's effort. I believe what I can make out from both of your input. So that was great to know about, like, you know, these small hazards. We often don't think about it, but yes, they result so negatively, and it's resulting negatively on the mother earth, on our health, everywhere. So that was
Yes.
kind of alarming, and we should know more about it. With that, I would come to Ekta ji again, and I would like to ask you that, you know, if you can share your personal experience using natural personal hygiene product or skincare product, hair product, if you can share your experience with us.
Yeah, I will definitely share that. So, in 1993, I shifted to the hostel. And before shifting to the hostel, till then, I'm born in 1976. From 1976 to 1993, we were using all the homemade products, like
Okay.
very less soaps, soap was very less, and shampoos we were creating, making at home, hair packs and all these things. But between that period, when I left to the hostel, we didn't have such facilities, and we started using the products from the market, like the shampoos, soaps, creams and such things that we need for the personal care. What we need, one is the soap, toothpaste and shampoo. These are the basic things that we use. But since after that, so many years, even I feel ashamed of myself that why I haven't considered such things earlier, so that I might have made a change in these years. So what I did in last 2 years, I started changing. In fact, before these years also, I reused lot of plastic waste that has been generated from my own house. The very thing I started putting the bucket under my kitchen tap, so that that water can be used for planting, for the watering the plants. And the second thing, I never thrown the plastic bags that we receive from the sabzi wala and like anything from the market. We used to collect and again give them back.
Right.
Slowly, we started preparing the cloth bags from the waste cloths, and then we started distributing to the these daily hawkers.
Right.
And for the personal care, nowadays, for the personal care, I'm not using the soaps, any shampoos, in the creams from the market. So for the skin care, we are using very basic ingredients that are always available from the kitchen, like besan, haldi, curd, milk, and we can say malai and rose water, chandan. So this type of ingredients. So we mix these ingredients and use it as a soap. You see, all these ingredients doesn't have any chemical. It won't harm our skin as well as our environment, because these are all eco-friendly and biodegradable material. When we take the bath, it goes into the water, drain water, and that water will be clean. It will be completely free of chemicals. So second thing I started using is the shampoo. The shampoo we are using, that amla, rita, and shikakai. These are the basic ingredients. And the very smart thing in this is very important is all these products are very natural, handmade, and as well as you can customize according to your skin. If you have dry skin, then you can add more oily things in the basin, like malai oil, this type mustard oil, or almond oil in that. So that can give a good that can cover up the dryness in your skin. And if you have oily skin, then you can remove these oily contents from the this paste. And similarly, in the case of shampoo, if you have dry hair, then you can reduce the quantity of Rita. And if oily hair, then you can add more quantity of Rita. In fact, you can use its paste as a hair pack. That will give a very glowing look, and it will definitely control the graying also.
That's great.
And the third thing is that I changed is my toothpaste. So for the toothpaste, we are using the Fitkery and little bit of salt and long powder. So these basic 3 ingredients that we are using for the paste. So these are very good, and we stopped using the plastic combs. We are using the neem wood combs. These are easily available in the market. You can Google on and order online, and also toothbrushes are also available. Even one thing I would like to add, as we are creating lot of waste at our home, which is biodegradable as well as non-biodegradable. So what we can do, we are using lot of home care products. So nowadays we have lot of techniques, simple techniques, a very simple technique with which we can make the bioenzymes for the home cleaning. And that can be also the fragrant. So this way, very small, you can reduce the waste from your house. So if we count at the economic point of view, we are earning and then we are buying the products from the market, and we are paying to the garbage collector for collecting the garbage. We are paying for the home products. We are paying for the these personal care products. But if we start using and reducing our waste, then we can even save. We can save our money also. By using these chemicals, we are affecting our health also. And we are earning and then paying to a lot of products and then to the medicines also. So if we make a little change in our life, then we can reduce lot of expenditure as well as be healthy, and that will add to our economy. That will add to our bank balance actually. So this is way of thinking. Very small changes in our life can make the big changes and save our ecological, save our surroundings, our ecosystem, and then our generations won't have to worry about how they will breathe and how they will go out to play. So nowadays we all are facing a lot of problems. We are confined to our homes. So we must think about it, that how we should consume our products and how to save our ecological ecosystem for our future generations, what we want. So this is the biggest question mark, that question we should ask to ourselves, not to anyone else. So if you can answer, then you can adopt a sustainable life.
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing up this issue, that it's not just an environmental challenge, it's an economic issue too. Like we often don't consider this, that we are spending a lot of money, our hard-earned money, on things which are actually harmful for ourselves. Nowadays, we go to an organized retail shop, we see things, everything's packed in, shiny plastic bags, and we just get attracted. We purchase those things. Even sometimes we do some impulse purchasing, which is like, even if those are not required in our day-to-day lives, but we end up
Yes.
buying those. And that is actually causing harm to our health, to the environment, and of course to the economy. So that is how it is going on. So thank you so much for sharing your experience, and I'm really impressed to know that how you have like changed your lifestyle in order to make it more sustainable, using natural resources and not causing harm to the environment. So with the same question, I would like to ask Violet that, if you can share your experiences on this, how you have changed like personal hygiene products or skincare products, how you
Yeah,
have been
absolutely.
getting the benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for me, it all started with experiences that I started having. Okay. Now, very whatever Ekta ji said, a lot of those things I have seen my aunts, my mom, all of them using, like, the natural products. But for us being a younger generation, our thought always was like, okay, we saw something on the TV advertisement and we want to buy that, whether it's a cream that is going to make your face glow and have no pimples, or you buy a shampoo where you want long hair and you want to use some creams and lotions that will be very nice smelling, and at the same time so people end up going and buying these products, and no one, I mean, there's very less percentage of people, only those maybe who have certain, know that they have some, they have some allergy with a certain chemical, only those people will check what are the ingredients, right? Otherwise, no one is bothered. No one is bothered. Even if a sanitary napkin, like I mentioned earlier, no one will even check to see if the packet has ingredients listed. What is it made up of? No one knows. They see in the ad, oh, it shows cotton. So yeah, it is. And we are blinded by these things. So for me also, I was in the same boat for many years. I would, with my pocket money, I would buy things that, looked good, that everyone was using, all of those things. And then even if I had certain issues with it, I would just change it to something else. Over the years, I started realizing that, looking at people maybe who are younger than me, they are starting to have, look older than their age. They're having a lot of, so after I finished college, if I met my friends at an alumni meet, and I suddenly see they're looking very, they're very aged. I'm their same age and I look probably 10 times younger than them. What is happening? Obviously, they're not concerned about what they're using. So then I started thinking about what are the things that I can do to improve. I don't want to reach that stage. So simple things. Why I'll add, I won't repeat the same things that Ekta ji said, but simple things. Like for example, I love my hair, and I have always used coconut oil, for my hair. Pure, not the parachute and all, because they don't have the coconut ingredient. To be very honest, they have mineral oil, which is not going to help you at all. So I
Right.
started using the cold press coconut oil that comes in ekdam sada dabba. There is no label also. It's just from a store that sells these products, and my hair
Yeah.
started improving. Um, I had chikungunya a couple of years back, and that's when I lost more than 50% of my hair. That is the after effects of the sickness. And everyone said, "Oh, should go to a doctor, take some pills and these kind of things." But I was like, no, I will find natural ways. So I made up my own oil that had mustard oil, coconut oil, almond oil, and methi seeds, crush them and put them in. And trust me, my hair started regrowing, and they finally I have very good. And I make sure I use that as a practice. Similarly,
Yeah.
for my skin, I used to use, I used to buy, in fact, this is honest, I would Google, I would look at Instagram, I would look at film stars, what are they using? I want skin like them. And I actually even purchase products like creams that are for like 2,000, 3,000 rupees. And there was a time that I actually got, and they said it's organic and these kind of things. but I got skin allergies, and my skin is actually not sensitive skin at all. But I got that and I was like, oh my God, such a waste of money. Now I do not use any creams at all. The only simple thing that I have done is this any cream, even lotion for that matter. I have the cold pressed coconut oil again that I use for my hair, and made a mixture of wheat germ oil, and coconut oil. I use it for my body. Just apply it before you go for your your shower. Apply it a couple of hours before you go shower, and you shower and come out, and you, even if you have dry skin, I have extremely dry skin, when you come out you don't need, because your skin is moisturized. For the face I use, and anyone can do this, equal portions of almond oil and wheat germ oil. Just apply it on your face and you just see how your skin will grow. They will glow. There will be no lines, no wrinkles, no nothing. And I bet you if I ask anyone to guess my age right now, they will not be able to do it. So these are small things that you can do to improve things, to use natural products, and there are a lot in the market. People are just worried about, not bothered to look about it. There are organic stores that you can walk into that sell such good organic products if you don't have the time to make it, is what I'm saying. So there are a lot of entrepreneurs, there are a lot of startups, that are doing these things. Support them, buy their products, use their products, try out these things, and you can definitely live a natural and sustainable life by using natural products.
Yeah, I was just going through a survey conducted in 2019 by Forbes, and they're saying that 77% of people, they want to embrace the sustainable lifestyle, but due to lack of awareness and availability of products, that is one problem. That in the market, if you go, everything is ready-made now. Earlier, we used to, cook food properly. Now we have like 70% cooked food, which we are buying and packet. We are just heating it in a microwave and consuming it. So it's going inside our body. Whatever we are consuming, be it a skincare product or anything, any food or anything, it is eventually it's going to harm our own body or our own ecosystem. So that is something, it's very important. And right, like you gave the example of your hair fall after chikungunya. Like when I like after COVID, getting this COVID, and I also suffered a lot of hair fall, and I was really worried initially. Then like a lot of doctors, they suggested me medicines as well, that these are the medicines. But somehow when I was going through the compositions of those medicine, I was not really convinced to consume those medicines. So I just thought of changing a bit my lifestyle, applying something natural, which is like naturally made. So a little bit of mix and match and studies which I conducted, and after that I'm getting to see the results. Though it will take some time, because we know that sustainability is not something, it's not an overnight solution. As I mentioned, that it's a discipline. You have to live with it every day. You have to practice it every day. Then only we can go and see the result collectively. So that I have also seen a major change in my lifestyle when I have started, applying like natural products for my skin, for my even when we talk about our regular food, also ready-made foods which are available in the supermarket. Somehow those are causing a lot of harm to our generation, our younger generation. Most of us are used to with that, work, because we are all working from home right now. We are hardly getting time to cook, and there are so many things happening. So people are opting for that. But I think Violet and Ekta ma'am both have focused that what we should do to embrace a sustainable life, and how they have made a change in their personal life. So that is really commendable. And I'll come back again to you, Ekta ma'am. Since you're practicing this for a long time, and you have already shared your experience, so people who are watching us today, what is your suggestion to them? How they can start, how they can take baby steps and start this natural and sustainable living journey?
Yes, for that I would like to suggest that first of all you have to decide which product you want to replace. The first product. When I started, I first of all replaced my soap. So I said I won't use the soap anymore. So then I started using the basin. And one thing, just as Violet had said, that coconut oil. Coconut oil is the best thing. It is a solution for every skin problem. any skin problem, any type of scar and all, you start applying coconut oil. Even the burns, from the since childhood, what we do on the burns, whenever we had any burn, we simply applied the coconut oil. I share with you a few examples. I was just 5 years old. At that time, the gas was not available. The food was cooked on those, what we'd say, that chulla and tandoor. With fire, yes, with fire and koila and wood. And I was talking to my, the milk was boiling, and my mother thought that I'm playing that the girls used to play home and all. So I said, Mom, the milk is boiling. And she said, okay, fine, you remove it. I tried to remove, and that whole boiled water spilled on my body. So, and not even a single scar anywhere. What my mother did, she just applied the coconut oil. She just, मतलब like हिंदी में बोलूँ तो उन्होंने मेरे ऊपर ऐसे पूरा का पूरा ऑयल जो है वो डाल दिया. So not even a single scar. Even after that, so many times I had the burns, but not even a single scar anywhere. On my face also, I was doing the deep frying. Then somehow the oil just spilled, and it was all over on my face and even on my eyes also. So if you can see, there is no any scar. That is only because of the coconut oil. Yeah. So these are the very few things. Coconut oil, even I had faced the gynae problems, and then I searched. Everybody knows the cyst problem is a very common. So I also faced a lot of problems, and then I did a lot of study. And most important thing was that we should not drink water from the plastic bottle. It is the major reason. Immediately I replaced all the plastic containers that are using the water, like the bottles in the fridge and the camper we were using. And for my daughter, at that time, I was very conscious for my daughter. I immediately replaced her water bottle. So now we are using only steel or the glass bottles. So these are the, yes. So we spent a lot on my medical expenses, but slowly adopting these natural resources, natural ways, I improved my health. Before that, we were paying a lot, and even then we were taking a lot of medicines. I have undergone so many surgeries and so many procedures, but slowly I realized the main reason for all this is the lifestyle. If I can change my lifestyle, then I can change my health. And these are fancy ads like use this, then you will look good. I feel that if you are happy, then your body will respond accordingly, and age is just a number. The smile on your face, will count your age. So that will give you, that will give the glow. So my request to all is be sensible. These ads are playing with your emotions. Now you start playing with the emotions of these ads. So now we should reverse the process. The manufacturers, now manufacturers should learn that what the client needs. They want the natural products, and they have to work on that. Right now, we are working according to them, and now we must change our perspective, our thoughts, our way of using the things, so that they can change the manufacturing.
Especially we Indians, like India is the motherland of Ayurveda, India is the motherland of yoga. So we have a lot of natural resources which we can use. And the West, in the West, I can see people are using, yoga. They are marketing yoga now, and they are adopting an Indian lifestyle, which like in ancient India, in the ashrams, people used to take, and they used to have a really long life. Because they have a very natural lifestyle with all natural resources. So there was no pollution, nothing. People used to eat fresh fruits from the tree, or like water from the river. So that was the kind of lifestyle. But in an urban lifestyle, I know it's literally, but it's not impossible. It is possible, because I already both of you have shared your experiences that making small changes every day, and this willpower of adopting this, that if you really want to do it, I think that is what is most important. So I'll come to Violet now. Violet, any tips from your side who wants to adopt this lifestyle?
Yeah, there are there are so many things, but you remember 3 R's, okay? Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Right.
Now, you can reduce the consumptions, like, Ekta ma'am said, reduce using, your plastic things. And the point that she mentioned about drinking water from the plastic bottle, people say, क्या होता है वो plastic, hard plastic है, कुछ नहीं होगा. And if you remember earlier when we spoke about it, I talked about microplastics. Okay, so when there is things that go into this plastic container, plastic bottle, what happens is those microplastics, the gases or the chemicals that are used to make that plastic, that is going into your water, that is going into your food, and you are consuming it, and that's when you're having these health issues. And no one will tell you, not even I'm sorry to say, but not even a doctor will tell you that, because they also don't really know about it. They won't even ask you, tell you that this is because of it, but it is scientifically proven. You can Google and check. We Google and check everything, right? We Google to check for reviews, blah, all these things. Google and check, you will find out. So reduce, recycle. We might have a lot of plastic products. We want to eliminate that. So there are a lot of agencies that, mobile agencies that can come to your home, take the products that are recyclable and recycle it. You just need to Google it. I know in Pune there are. Take the initiative in your particular society so that, every house can do that. Segregate your waste so that, they can recycle it. The government can recycle whatever is required. Take small steps, like, for example, look at the products that you are buying, look at the ingredients. If you see a particular chemical, Google about it. It will tell you exactly what that chemical is and what harm it will cause you, and then you decide. So if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, if you want your children to have a good life, you need to do these things: reduce, recycle, reuse things. There are even restaurants that do not provide you with disposable plastic containers. Why? Because they are, they feel responsible. You can opt for not using those products when you are ordering food or things like that. You can make it happen. If you voice it, you can make it happen. If you have friends that are not following it, tell them about it. Awareness is number one. If you are not going to tell anyone about it, they're not going to know. Today on our live, we have people who have joined, who have heard us. Now it is up to them to take this ahead. Start with the small things. You will start seeing the change, and read about these things. Look at what your future generation you would want them to have. That's the most important thing that you can do. So reduce, recycle, reuse. Just take care of your health and the environment, and it will automatically come back to living a very, very good, natural and sustainable life.
Right. Thank you so much. And from my personal experience also, I can share, I have worked with people who have survived cancer or they're undergoing treatment. Plastic is certainly responsible. There are chemicals like, BPA is there in plastic, which actually it can cause cancer. And there are so many chemicals, and it's all harmful. So it's just making small changes. We can bring a lot of big changes in our life. So for Ekta ji, we have a question from one of our TBL members. What would you advise to those who don't have access to some herbs or nil knowledge about it?
You see, we also didn't have any knowledge, but with our personal experience, and whenever we needed it, we just searched. We asked the people, we contacted the people. So your knowledge can be gained. You can be aware and you can ask, you can contact us. We are always here to share our experiences. So, yeah, I would like to say that we are talking about reduce, reuse, and recycle, and we are talking about a lot on the ecological and surrounding impacts. First of all, what I feel that start from me in the sense, what are the benefits I'm getting? If I count on me, then my benefits are that my expenditure has reduced, right? Plastic in my house has reduced.
Absolutely.
So I'm adding to, and my health has improved. So this way I have reduced my expenditure in so many ways, and this is adding to my bank balance. So as you have asked that you don't, I request everybody. So please start thinking about yourself first.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about yourself, then it will definitely impact the surroundings.
Yeah,
Right. And
absolutely.
So yeah,
necessity is always the mother of invention. So if
yes,
you
yes,
really
yes.
want to change, you can always find a certain way out. You can ask people. So in our TBL family,
Yes.
we have 2 people with us. I'm sure there will be a lot more people joining us very soon who also want to talk about these topics. These are very relevant in today's world. And while we are seeing the world is, fighting for some amount of oxygen, everyone is struggling, literally struggling. So that is what is important right now, that we think about our future, making
Yes.
adapting this sustainable lifestyle. That this is going to help us. There is also a question for Violet. It's from Seemaji only. She has asked that how can we bring an awareness to people without internet access?
So it's a little bit difficult. People who don't have internet will not really know. They won't be able to attend sessions like these. They won't be able to read up and things like that. But if they know you and you have a good lifestyle, like Ekta ji said, if you are following certain things, if you see, like for example, if you have maybe you a neighbor or somebody, maybe your maid or someone using certain products, like for example plastic bags or things like that, you can let them know that it is harmful for them and you can suggest things to them. So people who don't have internet access, like maybe them, the best way is for you to tell them, for you to people live by, look at examples and live by that, right? Don't we look at influencers and say, oh, we want to be like them. So if you are living that lifestyle and they are watching you do that, they will definitely question you, and or rather you can give them, the understanding. Even kids, for that matter, whose parents don't give them access to the internet, obviously for good reasons, at an early age. You need to teach your kids even at a young age that plastic is harming the environment. Stop using it. Don't let's move on to doing these things. So if
Right.
you be an example, it will definitely make them also realize it. So we need to be the awareness. We need to talk about it. We need to share it, and we need to be the example.
I would like to add a few lines here. Uh, Anybody who don't have the access to the internet without accessing the internet, then I will give you the best example. We also didn't have we were not using the internet before, but even then we learned. We learned from our ancestors, from my dadi, nani, mother. So you please, I request you contact them. Any agedly person in your family, you contact them, you ask them, I have this problem. If you don't have in your family, then look at your surroundings, your friends and others. And now our elders are not sharing with us their experiences, maybe because we are ignoring and we are not accepting. So my request is, before Google, ask them their personal experiences, because
Yeah.
I think Google Google has also collected the data from their experiences. So it's
Right.
better to speak to them. So contact Ayurveda doctors, the
Yeah.
natural practitioners, the yoga teachers, the naturopathy teachers, the Ayurveda teachers. The best teachers are at your home. So it's
Right.
not that,
And
yeah.
also there are cottage industries like villagers. They literally work with a lot of products, which are like natural and organic products. So there are, if you purchase their products which they are making, that is going to add value to the
Yeah.
economy also. Because we always
Even
see the advertisement and purchase like extra vegan products, but if there are in India especially, you go to like Kerala and Bengal, everywhere in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, everywhere you see like there are cottage industries and people are
Something. Yeah.
literally
yes,
making
yes.
these things out of natural ingredients. So
I
these are
would
like fascinating. Yeah.
I would like
Yes,
to
ma'am.
add an incident. When the COVID started, I visited a village and I started sharing that what you are using and all. You must use the neem leaves while taking the bath, and using neem leaf water for the sanitizing and all. So that, okay, ma'am, we are doing it naturally. So, and ma'am, we are already doing this. So if you see your mates that are coming from the villages, because villages know all these things, but we in the urban areas, we are so busy that we don't have time to look back and think and consider these options. So I feel our elders, as well as even our maids, are the people who are working at our nearby our homes. Those are from the villages. We can ask them also what they use in their villages. That will also help them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. My last question to both of you today, though we didn't talk about business literally, we talked about a lifestyle, we talked about sustainable living. But since I would like to know from both of you, how's your journey with TBL, how it is helping you to like serve the purpose.
So I would like to say I think I was one of the members to be with TBL right from the beginning. During this pandemic, the plus point has been that, first of all, awareness of what I do, my business, and also learning from so many different people, from each person. Like, I have learned things from Ekta ji. I have learned things from you, Paulmi, from Nikita, from Tamil, from like everyone in our group. I have just been learning, gaining a lot of experiences. And because we are all in different cities, we get to know about the, different things that, people are doing, how, how they're building their businesses, how they can grow, how they can upskill. We are making connections. We are able to bring our product from one city to the other, bring our service from one city to the other. And with sessions like our Instagram live, Facebook live, things like that, we are building, not only talking about our businesses, but also building awareness on various topics and various things. So for me, it has been an amazing learning experience. And I wait for every Friday and now every Wednesday as well, thinking, okay, what is something new that I am going to learn today? And what is the new thing that, I'm going to learn from someone else?
Yeah.
That is
For me, since I started my professional life from 2017, since then I have got a lot of proposal to join the networking groups and all. But this is first group that I joined, and it has changed my perspective completely. Now I feel very comfortable. I feel confident and confident in sharing. I learned a lot, time management, talking to the people, media presentation, and what I feel all credit goes to TBL. So the sessions, definitely, Violet, you are absolutely right. We are always waiting for our Friday meetings because it's a lot of fun and connecting with people, and as well as learning. So thank you, TBL. Thank you for creating this platform. And this is my first experience with the networking groups, networking as well as learning. It's not only just networking, it's actually building the relationship. What I feel that we in the TBL family has a not only the business connection, as well as we have a personal connection. We are always here for each other. So this is the best thing I feel with the TBL family. It's like a family to me now.
right.
Uh,
Great. Thanks so much. Good to know some. Acho, Tamil has written about me.
I mentioned his name.
Yeah. Tamil,
Thanks
you're
to
like
him
the
for starting
spine
the
of
platform.
TBL. Yeah, thank you for starting the platform, bringing all of us together, and you're like the spine of TBL. So everyone is there because you are there. So a big thanks to you, and like everything is happening. We know about your enthusiasm, how you are motivating everyone every day. A big thanks to you. A big thanks to the TBL team who are working in the back end to make this event successful. And thanks to Violet, thanks to Ekta ma'am for joining us today and sharing your insights on this topic. I'm
Our
sure that
pleasure.
soon we are going to talk a lot about it. Soon we are going to generate more awareness about it with help of from both of you. And yes, the TBL team is always working. And tomorrow we have a regional meeting, and every Friday we have our national level meeting. So if you want to join TBL, you can send us a DM on Instagram. You can find us on all the social media platforms. You can go to the website and check about TBL and the activities there. So this much I can assure that if you want to be a member, if you join us, you are going to gain a lot of things, in terms of knowledge, in terms of business, in terms of like values, everything you can earn from TBL. So we are looking forward to see you soon once again on this platform and on other platforms as well. So till then, everyone take care. Please stay safe. Good night. Good night, Violet. Good night, Ekta ma'am.
Good
Thank you
night.
so
Good
much.
night,
Good night.
Falguni. Good night,
Thanks a lot,
everyone.
Falguni. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.